Last night I heard the screaming, loud voices behind the wall. Another sleepless night for me, it won't do no good to call the police. Always come late if they come at all.
I got stabbed up September the 18th, 2007 at my house by my son's father. I met him when I was about 19 plus, almost 20. Got into a relationship. It was good, very good at first, for the first couple of years. Had a son. About the third year of the relationship, things kind of started to get sour. I think because things weren't going on for him as it was before, because he was a very independent person. When I came home the night my son was sick, we had to rush him to Children's Hospital. We were there for the entire night until about 4 o'clock the next morning. We came home and we had to go back the other morning about 8 o'clock. We were there until about... saw the doctor. I was there about until after 10. When we went to collect the medication, he was on his phone and I heard him saying, "Peaches," that is his mother. And it, no matter what happened, I just know I love you, I was like, when came foolishness come here so far? He came in and said, "I want to talk to you," and he closed the door. I said, "Open the door because in here it's hot and I'm not feeling well." He closed the door anyway. I didn't realize. He closed the door and went for the fan. I said, "I don't want the fan because the fan is dirty and I feel the asthma is coming on." He sat down in the chair across from me and he just turned and said to me, "Nika, you not give me a next chance?" And I said no. By the time I said no, he got up, went to the counter, took up the kitchen knife. It was, those long brown handled knife. And he just came in front of me and he stood up and he just... First one was the left one here. I thought I was dreaming. I thought I was actually dreaming, honestly. So the blood was spraying and I was like, "No man, this is not real, this is not real," because I was in shock. So when I started feeling the pain, because I didn't feel the pain at the same time, and I ran off and the center tail of my foot hitched in it and I fell on my side. When I fell, he knelt down right here. He's big, he's tall, he's trapped in, and I think I was like 105 pounds at that time. And he just started stabbing. I was holding on my hands. That is why this hand, the knife went through this hand 3 times. It's still damaged now. The nerve is damaged. I can't wash. I can't wash a pot. I can't do anything. I washed some clothes last week and both my hands swelled. This finger, he was trying to cut off my neck. He was trying to cut off my neck and I was holding on to the knife, but the knife wasn't sharp because I couldn't use a sharp knife when I was cooking. So this finger was almost cut off. And I think that the knife broke. He started, I think he missed and the knife broke and he got up, he went for a fork. I got some of these small ones by the fork. I got some of these by the fork and I think I got one on my spine by the knife. I was there. After a while I couldn't feel anything because I was kind of seeing darkness. Everything was numb. I wasn't feeling anything at all. And I was saying, "Jeremy, me I dead now, They can't stop, me I dead now, I can't." I felt him, I just felt when, I didn't feel the pain, but I remember when I felt like hurt like the bone here crack. If it wasn't this one, it was the one here because I got 2 stab in my ear stem too. I think here, if I thought you can feel here, no, you can feel that the bone is, I think it's kind of broken or something here. I felt when I got the one here over my eye, and since then I have to wear my glasses constantly. The knife, this was cut off, it was hanging off, my nose was hanging off. The knife went through here, chipped my teeth, and went in here. He was there still stabbing until he got up. I think I was stopped moving. He got up and he ran outside and I was lying there and I felt something take me up. Honestly, I don't know how I got up, but I got up and I stumbled outside. When I went outside, my baby was out there and my nephew. My sister, she was in shock because I was crying out, but when the door is closed, you can't hear anything outside. I ran outside and the crowd just came down. I think I fainted and somebody wake me up and they got a sheet and they carried me to the hospital. I was referred to about 5 or 6 specialists at UA. I had to go to the optician, physiotherapist, the one for the nerves. I was going to the clinic every day, every single day at UA. When I went to physiotherapy, this one it was like this because this finger was almost cut off. So they had to stretch it. I was there for hours. When the doctors saw me, they said, oh God, I'm sorry for you because I know what you're going through. They couldn't work on this one because this was the worst than it. So they had to work on the right hand first. When this one started moving, they started doing this one. They had to put on it in some, I think on an electroshock machine to kind of revive the nerves. So for weeks I couldn't touch certain parts of my body because up here, I couldn't even wear any blouse. I had to wear only some little tube tops and stuff down here. I remember one night I came home. I came home from, I think I got the injections in the kidneys. My face was swollen after I got getting the injection. And baby came in the house. I was in my brother's house. And he wanted to sleep. And he lied down on the floor. And I said, it's been a while since I heard about this thing, but I remember saying to him, play away on the floor. Mommy, I don't want to hurt up your cut. I don't want to hurt up your cut. And for weeks he wouldn't come near me because of the cuts that I had. He was staying far, and I'm telling you that it was so depressing because he's my only child. And he didn't want to come near to me because I had so many. I don't know if it was because how the cuts were or because he didn't want to hurt them up or what. I remember when I had to go to the doctor, he would cry before I left because he knew that when I came back I would be crying. So when I got the injections I had to stay on the road until the pain cooled off before coming back home because he would cry when I came back. So I had to get the injection and stop at a friend's house and wait until the pain passed before I came here. Year before last, it was July, I was on my way to work and I just saw this car drive up to me. When I looked, it was my son's father in the car with two other guys. He just stopped and he was looking at me. I didn't feel anyway. Then I went across to the bus stop and I went to work and I was actually talking about the episode. That is when I broke down and started to cry because I just started to feel scared. When he just came, I wasn't feeling it. I was just numb. But when I started to speak about it, that's when I started getting scared. A couple of days after, he was in the scheme over. His cousin was there, so I thought it was because of the funeral and everything. He was around the area. Another morning, I was going to work and I was at the bus stop. And this car just drove down and he just jumped out of the car and started to approach me. I'm now married. My husband ran him down and he went in the car and drove off. I went to the police station. I was crying and they told me to go to court. They said to go to the court right now and ask for an emergency. They said some emergency. I think it was a restraining order. I went there and I was there from after 9 until after 4. When I was there, I think when the police came out to me and said that the judge said that it's a domestic affair and I should come back another day. I'm saying that they let out this guy. He came back after me and I'm here now and they're telling me that I should go home and come back, set a date for court. It's a domestic affair. So I said, if him kill me then you know, no one can. I thought if I think maybe she heard me. And I said it and I went home.
Last night I heard the screaming, loud voices behind the wall. Another sleepless night for me. It won't do no good to call the police. Always come late if they come at all. And when they arrive, they say they can't interfere with domestic affairs between a man and his wife. And as they walk out the door, the tears well up in her eyes.
After 5 the other morning, I think it was Friday morning, I was in the house and he came in the yard, came to the door and started beating down the door. He and another guy was out there. I think it was a guy from town, Tivoli. My father was looking through his window, but he was scared to come because I don't know if this guy have a gun or anything. They left. I went to the police station and they searched him and they couldn't find him. Made another report. Nothing happened. He's still on the road now. I don't really go anywhere unless I go to school, I go to church, or I go to work. If I'm going anywhere, I don't really go anywhere because I don't know where this guy is. I feel like he wants to do me something. He played Insanity, he got off. But I remember the year that he stabbed me up. He called me December the 31st of 2007 and said, Nika, you not give me back a chance. I said, you're crazy, come from my phone. You're must dead before tomorrow, you know, you're not live to see the new year. And me must get off of the case because Insanity me I played. Told the police all of this, he played Insanity, he got off. He has a few friends that haven't spoken to me since the incident. I remember I was in the bed and one of his friends came when he saw me. Nika, what you do to Jeremy make him do this to you? I couldn't even answer because I said, what the man you really asked me? When me could have done somebody for them do this to me? Nothing. No matter what anybody do to you, I don't think you give her the right to do anybody anything to physically like that, because he was actually go over somebody, and if you're cutting meat, you see how it look, and I see somebody cut, they had to put them together because the flesh was cut out. They had to like pull the flesh from one over the other one to put them together. Some of them couldn't be stitched because they were so deep and wide, and there was no flesh in between it to put this. If they pull it, it was going to, my hand was going to be deformed in a way or something, so they had to leave them open. I'm trying to finish my degree, and my son is an A student. The only thing that he's not good at, thank God, is English, but he's my life. I don't know what I would do without him. And right now I'm telling you that maybe if he had done something to my son, I wouldn't be here now. But I'm glad it was me and not my child.
Last night I heard the screaming, loud voices behind the wall. Another sleepless night for me. It won't do no good to call the police. Always come late if they come at all.